Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, September 26, 2016 at 5:01 p.m. This is a special village board meeting for the Village of Oregon. I'd like to call it to order and request roll call, please.
Carpenter?
Here.
Bretthauer?
Here.
Bollig?
Here.
Boudreaux?
Here.
Poole? Staton?
Here.
Grenier?
Here.
Thank you. So item 3 referred from August 15th, 22nd, and September 19th board meetings. Monumental Enterprises Incorporated application for Class A combination fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for the property at 905 North Main Street, known as Oregon Beer and Beverage Company, Oregon, Wisconsin. So we have 4 items listed there. The first is an introduction. I've tried to pull some things together to facilitate our discussion tonight. The only item on our agenda at this meeting is the application of Monumental Enterprises for the liquor license at 905 North Main. The board has received Chief Ewell's report regarding his background investigation. It's received the applicant's presentation through Attorney Charles Geeson, and we've also received a memo from the village attorney regarding the issues that need to be decided, and that memo was given to the applicant on August 22nd. This is the 4th village board meeting at which this application is being considered. As I said last week, we will not be opening this meeting up for any further comments, questions, or presentations by the public or the applicant. If a trustee has a specific question they would want to ask someone, we'll deal with that at that time. There are 3 questions on the agenda, and we'll address those questions in order. So item 3B, should Patrick Makovec be approved as a designated agent for Monumental Enterprises, LLC? So I'm going to make a motion right now. I move to find that Monumental Enterprises has not designated an agent that is satisfactory to the village as required by Wisconsin law. If there's a second, I will explain the reasons for my motion.
Second.
Thank you. So here are the reasons. Now, I have concluded that Patrick Makovec does not have an honest and trustworthy character. First, the license application he submitted falsely states he has not been convicted of any offense. The truth is that he was convicted of 3 counts of criminal damage to property. I find his claim that he didn't understand he was convicted of these crimes to be not credible. I believe he intentionally lied to the village on the application and has continued to be untruthful to the village in presenting his story. They didn't even know about these convictions. If the story is true, they didn't even know or understand he had been convicted of 3 counts of criminal damage to property, I would find him unfit to serve as a satisfactory agent for that reason alone. Secondly, the employee handbook that Mr. Makovec prepared further demonstrates a dishonest character because it actually instructs employees to lie about products they don't like. Specifically, the handbook states as follows: if a customer inquires about a particular product, you do not say, I have not had that product. A lot of people say it's been good for the price. Thirdly, I believe Mr. Makovec has been untruthful with this board regarding whether he did or did not cooperate with the Madison Police Department in connection with the Mifflin Street Block Party. I understand that he was not necessarily required to cooperate with the police department in Madison, but he is required to be truthful with the board. I don't believe he has. So those would be my reasons. So I would open up for any discussion or questions. As I said, this has been on 3 previous agendas. So, Jerry?
Chief, are you still recommending denial?
Yes.
Okay. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Okay, so we have a motion and a second to deny the Patrick Makovec as designated agent for Monumental Enterprises. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is Patrick Makovec, an habitual criminal offender. My motion, I move to find that Patrick Makovec is not a habitual criminal offender. If there's a second, I'll explain the reasons for that motion.
Second.
Thank you.
And you said is not.
Is not, yes.
Okay.
So my motion is based upon the advice we received from the village attorney. Paradoxically, Wisconsin law does not allow us to consider Mr. Makovec's arrest record in deciding whether he has repeatedly violated the law. Wisconsin law also does not allow us to consider his conviction record, except for convictions that are substantially related to the licensed activity. It is not clear to me that his convictions for criminal damage to property are substantially related to operating a liquor store. So I'll take any discussion or questions. Anyone? So again, the motion, I move to find Patrick Makovec as not a habitual criminal offender. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, should Monumental Enterprises application be granted or denied? My motion, I move to deny the application of Monumental Enterprises LLC for a combination Class A license to operate a liquor store at 905 North Main Street. If there's a second, I'll explain the reasons for that.
Second.
Thank you. So several reasons for denying this application. First, we decide the applicant has not appointed a satisfactory agent. This makes the applicant unqualified to receive a license. Second, the applicant has not demonstrated that it has adopted a policy relating to responsible alcohol sales and service that meets the requirements of Section 12.05, Sub E4 of the Village Code. Third, I don't believe the village needs or should approve another liquor store at this location. I understand that the density limitation of the current village ordinance does not prohibit the approval of a store here. However, the current ordinance does not require the approval of the application either. And I believe the approval of any application for Class A liquor license at this location is bad policy. One thing we can do to have a positive impact on alcohol-related attitudes and behavior in our community is to make sure that alcohol is not highly visible and available at multiple locations within our neighborhoods. The density of outlets has been proven to be a factor in the misuse and abuse of alcohol, even in smaller communities like ours, not just places like State Street. We already have 2 outlets on the north end of town. I understand that some trustees may not agree with me on this point, and that's fine, and may not base their vote on this point. This is an important consideration for me, and I remind you I voted against granting a license for this location previously. So again, the 2 main reasons are we decide the applicant is not a satisfactory agent for this business and has not demonstrated it has a policy relating to responsible alcohol sales and service. So that's my reasons for this motion. So any discussion anyone has? I'm going to remind people who are watching, we have talked about this at 3 previous meetings. So anything, questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to item 4, which is a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.